So let's now read the data. So we are going to use the hospital data here, the hospital data that we have used earlier, and also we have created the leaflet map. So we will use the previous code in this dashboard, and so let's start reading the data. So I'm separating the libraries with the comment. So I'm writing. So I'm writing comment here, rating data. So here I'm going to use hospital data, hospital data, and we are going to use dplyr to read this. So we can use this, and within that we can see, oh, not this one. I think we can set the working directory. And now if I click here on a tab, here, the province wise hospital data. So we got this table. So if I click here, you will get this in a table form. So we have hospital data, we have ophthalmology, we have a cardiology, and we have latitude, longitude. So we will use this data to create a leaflet. So now that we have the data, now let's read the India save file. So India save file, I am giving name India SSP, and here I am going to give SF. So to read the save file, we should have two libraries with us. The first library is SF library, and the another library is SP library. So let me read this, and in this I'm going to provide the path. So in double quote, this is the folder in which we have the save file. So I'm going to use the subnational boundaries to SSP. This will have the data up to the district level. So let me read this, and if you want to see, then we have these are the parameters with us. And let me not change name. So if you want to see the names of the columns, then you can write column name and enter. So I'm going to rename this hospital district to the district. So hospital data, again hospital data, I'm going to pipeline, and I'm going to use the function rename in a dplyr, and I'm going to rename that to district, and I'm going to copy this to here. And if I run this code, if you see, we have this name changed to district. So let me also change the name of the shape file. So if you see all the columns names of shape file, column name, and if I write here, then we have so many columns here, right? So we want to change the name of the column, this region name, to district. So if you want to see region name, this one is a region name. This one has a district name of the India. So I'm going to copy this code and placing here, and India shape file, paste here, and I'm going to change the name of this to district. So if I run this code, and now if you see the names of the column, where it is, this one. So it got changed to district. So if you see the save file, we have the all the states of India. If you want to see table, within table you can provide India SSP, and then you can give region name. You can check here. So yeah, other region. So other region, then you can find you have all the states of India. So to filter out the one particular state, you have multiple region. So in this way, simply you can filter it in India. So I'm filtering the Uttar Pradesh data from the shape file. So I'm copying it here, and to filter the data, we can use India shape file, and then we can use the filter function, and within the filter function we can provide other region, I think this is, and we can give the name of the district. If I click here, India, now it reduced to 75. Now see, we have a 75 observation in the hospital data and 23 variables, and we have 75 observations and 28 variables in a save file data. Now it's time to merge both the data. So I'm going to do the left join to merge both the data, and the common column is a district name. So merge hospital data with India save file using left join. So here I'm writing final data, and final data I'm going to give left join, and with the left join I'm going to provide India's SHP. Let me do one more thing. I'm going to change this name from India to Uttar Pradesh. So I'm going to write UP. So because after filtration, it's no more India save file, it's a UP save file. So I'm copying this file here, and this is a hospital data that we have. Copying here, and I'm going to use district, because in both our data frames we have a district name common. So if I run this code, yeah, now we got the final data that has the 75 observation and 50 variables. So this is the save file data, and at the end of the data frame we have all the data of hospital data. So it's time to create the map. So to create a map, we should have a leaflet library, to which I'm going to load the leaflet library, leaflet, and I'm also going to leaflet extras. So now that we have both the library and we have the final data, now we can create the leaflet map. So as you know, we are developing a dashboard. So we can't directly code here for the leaflet and we can come up with a fantastic dashboard. No, it's not possible. So we should first create an ID. In the same way that we have created a value for the value boxes, so now we can create one more for leaflet. So here I'm going to provide leaflet fluid row. So here we can provide leaflet output, and within leaflet output we can give output ID. So I am going to provide our ID as a hospital ID, and here you can give the height. So height I'm giving 400. Yeah. So we have created the IDs here. Now it's time to do the code in the server. So I'm going to server, and within the server, after this value boxes, I can create leaflet. So here I'm going to write leaflet map. So here again we have to write the output, and at $sign you can see we have the hospital ID. So I'm going to render leaflet. So in the render leaflet we can provide the code here. So basically what I'm doing, I have provided a leaflet ID in the UI, and then I have calling that ID in the server with using output. So, and to render the map in the UI, I'm using this render leaflet. And render leaflet means basically that something that you want to see on the dashboard, on the front end. So here I'm going to provide the code. So as you know, I think we have created this code in our earlier module. So let me open that module. So I think it was module 2. Yeah. So this was a code that we have written in our previous module. So I'm copying the whole code, and I'm going to server, I'm pasting here. So if you see, we have final data, and here you can see we have the final DF, but if you see in the global, we have the final data. So copy it from here, and in place of final DF, write final DF. And also you can replace this with this, and here, yeah, I think it got replaced. So earlier we have created only value box. Now I have created a one leaflet map. So let me see how it's coming out. So let me run this code. So here error is coming like final DF not found. I think we have not replaced final DF somewhere. maybe final df. So it's a final data here, final data again. Yeah, here. Yep, others will be a final df. And also one more thing, we are using this HTML function. So to use this HTML function, we should also have HTML2 library should be in global file. So HTML tool. Now let me refresh this. Wow. Now see, we have all the well boxes here, and also we have the map. Fantastic. So you can, copy this URL and you can paste it on the browser. So now you can see the fantastic map coming out. This is a leaflet and we got this. And if you hover on any of the, marker, then you can see the district name and the total hospital. So here is the number of patient, number of doctor, number of bed, number of women visited. So we can also change this number to the real numbers. So let me do that. So I'm stopping here and let me change. So this is a value box 1. I'm going to change the value box 1 2. So the data is data, final data, and we want to see total number of hospital. The total number of hospital we want to see, we want to use this function sum and comma, what? Remove. NA.rm basically to remove the NA and then it sum all the number. And here we can write number of hospital. And again, the same way, I can copy this whole code and paste it here. And in place of total number of hospital, we can write total number of general surgery. So total number of general surgery. And we can do the same for the third value box. And we can change it to, like urology. So number of urology. And again, we can change this to other variables. So we can see we have cardiology, number of cardiology. Basically, it's a number of patients that visited for the cardiology related problem. So I'm writing here cardiology. So let me now run this code again. Look, fantastic. Now we have total number of hospital, that's a 2458. Total number of urology patient visited 935. Cardiology is 404. So in this way, you can show this kind of value boxes for the highlighting purpose. If you want to change these icons, you can change these icons. Like this one is a hospital, this one is surgery, this one is urology. So you can change it on the basis of the text that you have provided here. So let me change the icons. So here is the icons. So I can provide the icons name. Free awesome icon. So here I think we can use, I think we use the top one. So here you have many icons here. So if I write hospital, then you have this. So I'm copying only hospital and I'm going to write it here. Hospital. Let me reload this and see. Yeah. Then patient. So here I have changed to hospital, this icon, and this icon I'm going to change to, I have to delete this bed pulse. Let me see whether it's coming or not. So if I run this code again, yeah, it's coming. So what we can do, we can replace this one with the bed pulse and this one also bed pulse. This one you can do only pulse. No, only bed. And so I'm running this code again. Wow. Now that we have created the dashboard and we have also created a value box in it, we have created a leaflet map. Now that if I want to, use the multiple boxes over this, like one box here, one box here, and in this box we want to have a leaflet, and in this box we want to have something else. So let's see how we can do that. So I'm going to stop this and I'm going to UI, and within UI I'm going to provide like a box, and in a box function I can provide title of the box like geospatial analysis. So after that we can provide a status, solid header, collapsible. So let me here, collapsible is true, and we can give the status to primary, and also we can provide a, let me see what we can also provide. We can give the width and solid header. So we can provide the width can be here. Width I'm giving 6 because total page size is 12, so we can divide into 2 parts. So 6 I'm giving here, and here I can give solid header. So solid header is false. So I will tell you how you can do that. So for the time I'm giving a solid header false. So now if I run this code, so now we have one box here, and in the first box we have a geospatial analysis, and the geospatial analysis we have this beautiful leaflet map, and in the other box we want to show something else like pie chart. So let's now do that.